Okay, here we go. Welcome back to some more Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. Hope you all are doing well, having a great day, a great week so far. So we're going to try and get this Prothean device. We are right here at, it's actually on Eden Prime. So if you remember, that is where we start the game right in the beginning of Mass Effect. So remember, this is Shepard, Paragon, Paragon, Infiltrator, romanced Ashley in the first one, romanced Miranda in the second one, had a poll up and Miranda won, and romancing or trying to romance Ashley in this one. Also, violence warning, you can see the heads explode, especially with sniper headshots, and also seizure lights, so be careful. And let's get on with it. So last time we went through all the Citadel and the Normandy and collected some stuff, and now we're over here. So you can just pause and read. That's quite a lot. Now, the one reason why I waited this long is now, like I said, if you don't like them, that's fine. But your Vermeer Survivor, this is where, like, the first mission you went on them. And Ashley, you met here. So I just think that's special to bring them here to have that conversation with them, and this kind of like throwback to when you first met, and with Caden, like it's your first mission that you were on and stuff. So that's why I've been waiting to do now to do it. Okay, so with this one, Liara is requested. She's like locked in. You have to take her, and like I said, then I'm taking Ashley as well. That's one of the reasons why I replay the game so much, is there's so many people you can take, and like I said, I think Edie would have interesting conversation and all of them. I see I accidentally, whoa, I messed up really here when I went through the guns. Okay, and I am gonna change it once again. I'll see how I do without this. Let's get just let's take it like that, see how it goes. And I'm sorry, I mostly have like one weapon, like pistol, like I like the Paladin, and I'm probably gonna give that to everyone. And here with her, I'm also giving her the Black Widow. It's been upgraded to level 5 and everything. I'm gonna outfit her the same. Like you saw there, it is Cerberus, so I don't know if the scope helps them as well, the teammates. Okay, gonna save her skill points, save hers, and mine I've equipped in the ship.
Eden Prime. This is where it all began. Where the Prothean beacon gave you the vision that warned us about the Reapers. We lost a lot of good people when Saren and the Geth hit this place. Yes. And now, with Cerberus here, Eden Prime's colonists are under attack again.
I remember Eden Prime.
Seems like more than just 3 years ago.
No kidding. I remember. I'd lost most of the 212. I was running for cover, under fire from the Geth. Man, a few hostile Geth look pretty reasonable compared to what we're fighting these days.
We've both lost people. Being so positive. You've improved.
Guess you've come up in the world.
I had help. Cerberus hit Eden Prime hard. Whatever they found here was worth a major offensive. There are survivors elsewhere on the colony, but they killed everyone near the dig site.
Focus on the artifact. Screw everything else.
They deserve better.
I know. The Alliance did what it could to evacuate colonists, but Cerberus came in so quickly.
If we find survivors, we'll do what we can. What about this artifact? Any idea whether it's part of the Crucible?
The Alliance didn't get any specifics about what Cerberus has uncovered. Since the original dig site here contained a warning about the Reapers, it could be connected to the Crucible.
I'm bringing you in as close to the dig site as I can. No way we'll avoid detection, but you should have a few minutes.
Understood. All right, everyone. Get ready to move.
With luck, we can get to the dig site before Cerberus knows we're here. No sign of survivors. Come on, we need to find the dig site.
This was a beautiful colony once.
They rebuilt after the Geth attack. They can rebuild again.
They rebuilt Minduar. It wasn't the same.
They'll never forget. All we can hope is that they grow stronger for it.
Oh, that is cool. But like I say, just look at that with your Vermeer Survivor. The first one you encountered on Eden Prime. Well, let's give her this. Yeah, I want her on that. There, keep her on the pistol.
Understood.
And just activate the. Look at this view. But like also your background gets mentioned. I think it's pretty cool. And here you can actually see what it looks like better.
Look at that. Bits of Prothean tech sticking out of the ground like an old bone.
Ever find a dinosaur in your digs, Liara? No. Dinosaurs and other fossils would be paleontology. I'm an archaeologist. I study artifacts left by sapient species. The two fields are completely different, and... you were joking. Sure was.
So what's funny is everyone makes that joke with her. They all have it a little bit differently, but they all make that joke with poor Liara. Just look at this view, so cool. And you can't go over here, invisible wall or something. So before you go that way, go in here, check the computer for salvage, credits. And this is something that's like interesting with the Widow, especially because of those extra ammo things I've been taking. Now I'm at 22 and 3 in the barrel, or 3 loaded. So that's kind of weird for me. So just go through, make sure you check all these computers. I just saw there was a medikit there. Place looks actually nice, pretty cool. The big thing you want is this one. Okay, processing update. We've taken more able-bodied men and women from pacified neighborhoods. The colonists generally have accepted the story that they have gone to perform tedious but safe manual labor in a Cerberus research camp on the other side of the planet. Bastards! And when we increased food rations as payment for the work, most of the complaints died out. Maintain the story as long as possible. We don't have the manpower to fight the entire colony, and if these families knew they were never going to see their sons and daughters again, there's no way they could cooperate. I've said it before and I say it again, I hate Cerberus.
Shepard, this Cerberus data could help the colonists still alive on other parts of Eden Prime.
How?
I can get this intel to Eden Prime's resistance. Maybe it will help them fight back against Cerberus.
Okay, so as you saw there, you get war assets, and we can see we've actually got codex as well from Ashes. Okay, so you can just pause and read here again. Okay, cool. There's a Prothean beacon, you can read this as well. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, so we can see here in quest you've actually got the resistance movement, and if you don't complete it in this mission, it's just stuck there in your journal and you can never complete it. Okay, so as you see, then you get over here anyways. So we can just make our way to over there.
There. That's the elevator that leads down into the dig site.
Thank you.
Goddess, that doesn't seem possible. It's not a Prothean artifact, it's... a Prothean. You mean like those bodies we found back on Ilos? Yes, but this Prothean is still alive.
You're right. That doesn't sound possible.
You saw Prothean stasis chambers in the archives on Ilos. The only reason those failed was a lack of power. Cerberus found this in an underground bunker. It still has power. He's been in stasis for the past 50,000 years, waiting for us. Think of what we could learn.
What can you tell me about the Protheans? The people, not the technology.
Given your experience with the Prothean cipher, you probably know as much about them as I do. The Prothean empires spanned the known galaxy. They uplifted countless other species to help them join the galactic community. Uplifted? You mean like when the Solarians brought the Krogan out of the Stone Age? Yes. Judging by the dig sites like the Prothean Archive on Mars or here on Eden Prime, the Protheans wanted other species to learn. It's clear that they prized knowledge, growth, and cooperation with the rest of the galaxy.
The way you describe them, they sound a lot like the Asari.
I'm certain I'm coloring their culture with my own perceptions. Whatever the Protheans were, finding one alive represents an incredible opportunity.
So a real Prothean, very interesting, awesome. And also, once again, like I said, is if you bring a team member that's been with like the start, then they have that about Ilos, otherwise they wouldn't have.
Good thing we brought our Prothean expert.
I hope I can help. If this single Prothean was sent into stasis, he could be the foremost scientist of his time, or perhaps the wisest counselor. Cerberus damaged the life pod when they excavated it. The life signs are unstable.
Then let's get him out of there.
No, breaking open the pod would kill him. We have to find the command signal that ends the stasis mode. We also need to figure out how to physically open the pod without doing more damage. Cerberus took over the labs nearby to research what they found at the dig site. That's likely our best bet. Ambush!
Of course. Thank you.
All right. Let's get moving before more of them come back.
Okay, cool. This place to explore is a nightmare again. So I'm going left first to building number 5. That first one is number 6, just if you want to keep track of them. That's where you get the first piece of data you need. So this is, you should get the second part in here. Just make sure you check the area. I wish I had a scan thingy. Okay, so this should be the second part. Troop deployment update. Local resistance is heavy in the south and west sections of the colony. We've pulled most of our troops from the north neighborhoods to assist. All remaining troops in the north neighborhood continue standard patrol activities to maintain the illusion of a large presence in that area. If the locals knew we were understaffed, they could do some serious damage. I hope they do.
More intel to help the colonists. The more we find, the better chance they'll have.
I think you need to find 3 altogether, so that's 2 that we've got now. I'll grab this. Come on. Oh, that's stupid. I have to remember now that I can just hold it. No, you don't. Okay, that exploded him, not just his head. Oh, this is the... Well, so much for violence warnings. This is kind of ridiculous. Oh, there you are. You got more than wounded.
There. That lab found footage of the Protheans. Cerberus is studying it to figure out how to physically open the pod.
Okay, so that is kind of disgusting. But see, that's why I was like more for ammo than more damage. This thing already does so much damage. This poor Alliance soldier's dead again. Terminal examine. Okay, this is some more intel, so maybe there's more than 3. Resistance information update. We've gotten word from our source of an Eden Prime's resistance movement that we can expect an attack on our security center between 2200 and 2300 tomorrow night. They're pulling in forces from across the colony. This gives us the perfect chance to destroy their leadership. Once the attack is contained, allow Dr. William Kambitia to escape, firing near miss shots to keep it realistic. He's given us good information, and with luck, the locals will see him as a daring hero and the only man to escape the Cerberus trap. They might even put him in charge. Oh my word.
Perfect. This intel will give Eden Prime's resistance movement a real chance to push Cerberus out of their colony.
So this might be building number 9. Well, thanks for the numbers. Okay, so we need to go to over here. Let's just see our journal. This priority is prime. And it looks like that might be all for the resistance movement. So that's all 3. Okay. Another poor Alliance soldier. Etiquette. And then we want this.
How many have we lost?
Reaper forces have destroyed approximately 300,000 life pods.
Third of our people.
Alert! North side bulkhead cannot be sealed. Hostiles detected.
Then all forces to the north.
I think I can duplicate that to open the life pod.
You understood that?
You didn't?
No. All I saw was static. Cerberus was trying to make sense of it without success. The Prothean cipher you received on Pharaohs, it lets you see the images as a Prothean would, and understand their language.
Whatever it does, I saw the video. And how they sealed the life pods.
Perfect. Then we just need the signal they use to activate stasis mode.
Cool. Kind of freaky how the eyes glow there, but that was a cool scene. You can actually go up here as well. There's some more ammo if you need it. And there's another ladder down here. Another poor Marine dead. There's another place on the roof. I hate all these Alliance Marines just dead here. Makes me so angry. Look at this.
That lab found footage of the Protheans. Cerberus is studying it to find the stasis deactivation signal.
Okay, first I want to use this.
They were gunned down while having drinks and watching the game.
I hate fighting in cities. This isn't a battlefield. It's somebody's home.
Yeah, I agree with her there, but like I said, this just makes me hate Cerberus more. This is so horrible. Also, this is a DLC if it wasn't clear. And you can do it more or less as soon as you on the Normandy after the first time on the Citadel, I think. Salvage. I think that's the last part of it, so let's quickly just explore the rest of it. Let's look at this. We can't even go into the greenhouse. That is some strong glass. Okay, so this is where we started. As you see, that one has got a big 5 on it. So this is slab number 6.
I never thought our empire would fall. It won't. We will sleep here until the Reapers return to dock space. Then we will rise, 1,000,000 strong. For the Empire. For the Empire. Get to your stasis pod. Victory. Broadcast the stasis readiness signal to all life pods.
And the refugees who have yet to reach the bunker.
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire.
You understood that one too?
Yeah. I've got the signal the Protheans use to activate stasis mode.
Excellent. Then we have everything we need to open the pod.
Okay, that was a little bit heartless and shitty of them. But it was.
are here.
That's why I love using her skill. Whoa. Two of them, that is not fair. Wow, there's a lot of them. In the kneecap.
They've retracted the bridge. We have to find another way across.
That's why I remembered you had to. So it's not very clear, but you can actually go down here. I was wondering. I remember you have to go down here, but I couldn't remember why. Now I do. It's too bad you couldn't leave one of your teammates on here, like Ashley with that sniper rifle.
On it. On it.
Okay, hopefully they can share that space. Oh no, it's probably gonna kick them out of it now.
I'm transmitting the signal.
Perfect. It'll take a few moments for the life pod to process it.
Commander, there's a lot of hostiles inbound. We have to hold this position.
Well, that was a miss.
There they are.
2 for 1. Wow. I says I love this skill of hers in this. Why did it go off so quickly? Terrible shooting on my part. Liara, can you tell me what you're doing is, how is it helping any sense?
Got it.
And I'm not even taking cover.
Looks like we've got a second to catch our breath.
Let's make the most of it.
Right.
So stop getting
Has
out
the
of
life pod
cover.
entered stasis mode?
We're almost there.
There's a Cerberus supply cache in the building next door if you want to stock up.
I can lay down a singularity to block enemy access.
Awesome ideas.
Heavy mech, don't let
Yeah, no worries.
it get close.
Okay, please put the singularity on that. Let's just stick a bomb to it if we can. In the butt. And bye-bye Atlas. Even more. Bad hiding spot there, dude. Sorry, dude.
There. You can open the life pod now.
Okay, let's go get him.
There, you've got it. Goddess. It may take him some time to fully regain consciousness. Be careful, he's confused. Remember, it's been 50,000 years for us, but for him, it's only been...
A few minutes!
No. The bunker is falling. There is no other option.
There are pods online! Those soldiers are still alive!
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire. Preparing neutron bombardment. Get to your life pod now. Neutron bombardment underway. The bunker is secure. Commander traffic.
What is left of it? A few hundred people. How am I to rebuild an empire from that?
Further adjustments may be necessary. The neutron purge compromised the facility.
Clarify.
Sensors are damaged. Automated reactivation is not an option. You'll remain in stasis until a new culture discovers this bunker. This may lead to a power shortage.
Do not shut off more pods! I need the few that are left!
Power needs will be triaged appropriately. You will be the voice of our people.
I will be more than that. How many others?
Just you. You can understand me?
Yes. Now that I have read your physiology, your nervous system, enough to understand your language.
So you were reading me while I was seeing...
Our last moments. Our failure.
I need your help. I like that. It wasn't a failure.
Your people did everything they could. They never gave up. And I could use some of that commitment now.
Shepard, whatever you did got Cerberus interested.
Asari. Human. I'm surrounded by primitives.
It's not safe here. Will you join us?
You fight the Reapers?
Yes.
Then we will see.
A living Prothean.
That's correct, Admiral. But he's not quite what we expected.
Commander, our scientists haven't had any luck in determining what the catalyst is. If the Prothean can help us construct this device, we need his cooperation.
Understood, Admiral.
We're losing colonies faster than we can evacuate. We've never seen a force like the Reapers.
He has, Admiral.
Can he help us?
I intend to find out.
Good. Cerberus slipped up and gave us a new weapon. Don't let it go to waste. Hack it out.
Shepard, I need you down in the port cargo hold. It's about our new guest.
I'm on my way. What's the problem?
I've tried to make the room more accommodating, but they're not letting me talk to him.
Apologies, Doctor. Contact protocol with a new species. Assume hostility. We had to dust off the regulations.
But he's not new. I've spent my life studying Protheans.
Let's be careful.
At ease. I don't think our guest will be a problem. Will he?
That depends on you. For a soldier facing the Reapers, I sense more confidence than fear. You believe you are winning.
What do you mean, you sense?
All life provides clues for those who can read them. It is in your cells, your DNA. Experience is a biological marker.
Then what exactly did I experience back on Eden Prime? That was a hell of a flashback.
The battle left its own mark on me. I communicated this to you. It can work both ways.
Like your beacons.
Yes. Which... You found one. You saw it all. Our destruction, our warnings. Why weren't they heeded? Why didn't you prepare for the Reapers, human?
It's Commander. And nobody could understand your warnings. The beacon nearly killed me.
Then communication is still primitive in this cycle.
We pieced together what we could, and used it to stop a Reaper invasion 3 years ago.
Then the extinction was delayed.
Now we have your plans for the Crucible. We've started building it.
Crucible?
The weapon your people were working on. I'd hoped you could tell us how to finish it.
We never finished it. It was too late.
Then I take it you don't know anything about the catalyst?
No. I was a soldier, not a scientist. Skilled in one art, killing.
What was your mission?
Among my people, there were avatars of many traits. Bravery, strength, cunning. A single exemplar for each.
Which are you?
The embodiment of vengeance. I am the anger of a dead people, demanding blood be spilled for the blood we lost. Only when the last Reaper has been destroyed will my purpose be fulfilled. I have no other reason to exist. Those who share my purpose become allies. Those who do not become casualties.
I understand in a war you might agree with that, but that is too extreme for me.
Nothing in our fight against the Reapers has been that cut and dry.
Because you still have hope that this war will end with your honor intact.
I do.
Stand in the ashes of 1 trillion dead souls and ask the ghosts if honor matters. This silence is your answer.
We found this at the dig site. I assume it belongs to you.
It is a memory shard.
Could it help us with the Crucible?
No, it contains only pain. But I will help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave.
If you don't mind, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask.
Here it comes.
I've written over a dozen studies on your species. I've published in several journals that...
Amusing. Asari have finally mastered writing.
I'm sorry?
Never mind. What do you wish to know?
Okay, here we go. Well, it says if you say goodbye now, you miss all this.
We've never seen a species with this sensory ability you have.
It was common among my people, imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
That sounds very useful.
We evolved as hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
So could you read something about this room?
There was liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
I'm impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if he were my enemy, I would have given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
That's pretty cool. Just for interest sakes, if you did this before doing Grunt's mission, he would have actually said something about that's the one in the room that he's now using.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization like?
Yes, I've always wondered. What sort of government did you have, and can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
We are dead now. What does it matter?
I'm sorry. Studying your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
My studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
What if they didn't want to?
They weren't given a choice.
Are you saying you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished. And if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried. None succeeded.
I had no idea Protheans were so... severe.
It was by necessity. Very early we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We've had the same problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. It was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
Did it work?
For a time. The Metacon War. We were turning the tide. Until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago, in ways we could never imagine.
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare for the next Reaper invasion. But traitors within our ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option. You would have joined our army, or faced the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
Well, thank you. I think. Is there anything more you can tell us about the Crucible?
Only the stories we heard. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
By that point, the Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
What can you tell us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries. Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards, however, passed down from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
During my life, Ilos was only a rumor. It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yes, Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
No, but they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city. Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes. Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted, then turned against us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
Why do you think your own cycle lost the war?
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. All races conformed to one doctrine, one strategy. The Reapers exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The subservient races became divided and confused. Then, it was only a matter of time.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Then it may be your only hope.
Okay, so I think that's all of it.
Thank you for talking with me. I never imagined actually meeting a Prothean.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
There's also the Solarians.
The lizard people evolved.
I believe they're amphibian.
They used to eat flies. Commander, you may count on me. I am known as Javik.
Then welcome aboard the Normandy, Javik.
I think Morden would have found him fascinating.